Yo guys, kita Genshin dulu ya. Kalau sempet kita Zenless.
I came across.
Aduh abang, bukan maksudku begitu. MU41 gila. Wih, udah ada official teaser tuh yang The Conjuring. Coba lihat, bagus nggak yang Julian X Itachi. Semuanya bikin Naruto. Masalah statue. 1500 shieldanya bang. Laku bang. Alhamdulillah. Mas Arul lagi sakit gigi apa?
Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with
Emang
one
iya?
for you?
Banyak tuh setannya itu. Falak, the son of the snake. Of the snake. Terus story mulu asap Conjuring. Kalau suka live-nya, tolong like ya guys. Thank you. Hah? Apa nenek-nenek? Oh, sama kayak itu dong si Dios. Nonton kali guys kita di sini di live. Is there Conjuring? Alhamdulillah. Nontonnya Warner Bros bukan tuh yang? Iya. Take me to your place. Terering.
Lace bear. Witness the power of Gua. Know my sword. Things are about to get dicey. Gotcha.
Katanya. Itu alat musik dari mana sih? Yang mana ya? Conjuring Falak ya? Alat musik itu ya? Hmm. Teriak. Lah, tadi epicentrum. Ya kan suaranya udah Atmos, Dolby Atmos.
Alright, let's finish this fast. Transfix. Let me weave you a burn.
Lo kalau nonton live tuh chat aja yung kan tuh nambahin gituan. Mancing. Nonton dong mah. Nambahin apa-apaan asli. Udah noh, yang nyuci lo.
Add Astra. Thank you for
completing.
Add Astra.
Ada Astra Abis. Oke, kita paralogism. Kelas balik tuh apa? I know your eyes in the morning sun. I feel the touch with you. Oh, wawancara jawabnya pakai chat GPT ya. Itu emang chat GPT. Woman that you wonder for. Sini. Apain cuman nih? You come to
Wait, the operation isn't over. What do we do now? Older sisters? Is Varka really young or something? Huh? You're gonna use that thing to call them?
What's that ringing? Is it the wind or something?
Wait, Barbados? Considering I'm surrounded on both sides with a group on my tail looking to turn me into mincemeat, yeah, I'd say so. All right, pass along my regards. Oh, and I still owe you for those drinks, don't I? Just
Varka.
take it from my stash. I keep it in...
Duduk. Nah, duduk pun.
Hey! He was just about to tell us where to find his secret stash!
Di bawah pohon besar di Windrise. Sinyal ganggu.
Hello? Who
Waduh.
is this?
Yep. Alhamdulillah. Alice.
Venti? Nope, it doesn't ring a bell. Apologies, just a bit of fun. What can I do for you, dear Barbados? Oh? And which brave soul is it this time? And what is your wish, dear Albedo?
Dear Albedo.
How unprecedented. Something even your mother Rheindotter never accomplished?
Okay, no sense.
You've piqued my interest. I'll be right there.
Hello again, everyone. Darling, isn't it? It even has its own hat.
Wow, the attention to detail.
Pleasure to see you all again. It's been a while. On behalf of the Hexen Circle, I hereby grant Albedo's request.
Jadi apa?
I'm guessing you still need to prepare. Take your time.
Hewan
Just come
kain.
find me at the long table when you're ready.
Aw, that's nice
Cintaku
of you.
padamu.
I suppose it's just my nature, darling.
Hey, have you ever wondered why Albedo always keeps his office closed? Paimon bets there's a secret snack stash hidden around here somewhere. Ah! Mini Turin, what are you doing here?
Guys. Bukan DKI kali. Tadi ada kamu.
Oh, don't worry. We aren't scared of you. So, what brings you here? Oh, is it Windbloom? There are a ton of fun games this time
Apa
of year.
coba hadiah tuh?
What do you mean?
Yang ngeceknya bukan
Did
DKI
that already
tadi.
happen? You left the storybook world, and now you're here. What?
Transmutasi manusia. Jadi rupanya kamu tuh perubahan Albedo.
And that's what you want, Mini Durin? To become human?
Itu yang kemarin lihat nggak lo jadi manusia? For experience. For experience. Ngeliat nggak lo? Kang Paul baru buka itu. Itu seberang up Jay. Iya. Itu for experience. Kantor buat ngopi gede banget. Emang banyak penggemar Fora ya?
Well, turning you into a human sounds like a huge project. No wonder Albedo wants to get the mage's approval. Definitely. You've
Itu
got
berarti
to
belum kan
together.
Scoopy pak kayak gitu?
Actually, while we're on the
Itu kirim ke
subject, does
papa?
your friend Hack I know about this?
Nggak ada pemutihan kan? Itu kirim ke papa bener nggak? Dia ngeceknya bukan DKI. Itu udah aku cek Scoopy bener nggak? Sama aja masih. Cintaku padamu. Mana bro? Bawah. Kayaknya mah ruangan itu. Imaginarium Theater.
Take it easy. Welcome, one and all. Please sit wherever you like. I highly doubt anyone's going to mind where you sit, Lord Barbados.
Lord
But thank you for being
Barbados.
so considerate. Jean didn't fancy tagging along?
Tagging along.
All right, never mind. I was just hoping to treat her to some tea.
Some tea.
So, tell me, Albedo, what is this outrageous and audacious plan of yours that I've been hearing murmurings about? Oh? Which ones? I'm all ears.
I'm all ears.
Interesting. What
What's-
else?
What else?
Ah, the raw material from which she created her monsters in the past. There's not much of it left.
There's no
Dragon
much.
blood, monster flesh, and embryo. Sounds to me like a formula for creating life.
Creating life. Ada Nana Ambon nggak di sini? Nana Ambon pica. Hii. Nana Ambon pica. Ada Nana Ambon nggak di sini?
Of course, it was even the home of one of M's children the other day. Oh,
Oh.
I see.
I see.
The glint in your eye when you talk about these ideas. You really are your mother's child. Of course not. To me, you're both extraordinary individuals. I find you fascinating. In any case, now I see why you asked Venti for help. The raw materials you seek are extremely valuable. The misuse of even the tiniest amount could cause unimaginable chaos.
Unimaginable. Okay.
We're happy to give you what you need. But there is one condition. You need to prove you can wield them. And so, you must pass the Hexenzirkel's trial.
Hexenzirkel. Kamu nanya. Tunggu, aku juga ikut.
So you know our tricks, huh? Well, success means little if you have no one to celebrate it with. No.
Kamu nanya.
Although, I'm afraid dear Paimon will
Ada
have
Nona Ambon di sini.
The Hexenzirkel trials are no walk in the park, my dear. Besides, I already decided on the structure.
Lalu yang
There's only
ngatur
room for
semua
two
sulit.
participants, I'm afraid. No more, no less. You understand, don't you, Paimon? Oh, don't be too angry with your dear aunt.
Okay. You can turn off the charm. Paimon will stay behind.
Thank you for being so understanding. Then, whenever you two are ready, interact with the chessboard on the table. It will guide you through the trial.
Mau dong. Siap dong.
Then, my dear children, get ready for a taste of the Dodo King's magic.
Masuk mana nih? Push. Kecil aja. What? Main catur? Ada Nona Ambon di sini? Anjay, bidak catur.
Whoa, you're so tiny now. Take extra care of yourselves, okay?
You sound pretty confident, Albedo. Well, since your mother has to recuse herself, who better than I to put your abilities to the test? I have prepared quite a riveting new performance just for you two. See? Defeat them in
Serem
battle.
banget.
Prove to me that you have what it takes to achieve your goal. Swashbuckle your way to victory like gallant fairy tale heroes.
What the?
Solidify. Order guide.
Laser bear. Rain outlines your fate. No, my sword. These are about to get dicey. Busted. Feel the same.
Where is Albedo? Nah. Wah, banyak.
Transfuse this ancient power. Rain outlines your fate.
Solidify.
Here comes the catch.
Yes, this is more like it.
Moment of birth.
Nona Ambon picha.
King and Queen should present a united front.
Laid bare. Rain. Feel the same.
Queen Peace.
Burst forth.
Wah, keren juga emang Genshin tuh.
Burst forth.
to be this form? A toy really doesn't suit me.
Lawan dia.
Well done, but this isn't over. I will now preside over the second trial. Stare straight ahead, and you will see things as they appear. But change your perspective, and you will see them as they are.
Ada na Ambon sini. Gila. Ini masih game apa sebenarnya kok? Wah, gila. Gede banget asal.
Only by turning the world on its head can we see its true colors. So it begs the question, what do you see on the other side?
Nona Ambon picha.
Pawns earned true freedom the moment they gained legs with which to run. So, in the spirit of Rhine-daughter, I prepared a little surprise for you. No need to thank me, of course. Just a small gesture of kindness from me, Barbara, Trismegistus.
This calls for some pomp and ceremony.
Oh, Albedo, you're always so charming and delightful. Like my own student, she can be so.
Live! Moments of birth.
Wah, mati asu.
Can't feel the same power.
Bu kadar eksik fazla lagi.
Oh, this is all getting rather dreary. Feel this ancient power. Our performance has yet to conclude.
Sudah bangun nih.
For you, my dear.
Moments of birth.
Symphony of cannon fire. Gather. This is order. The stage is yours, my queen.
I shall take the spotlight once more.
Pas barengan mati ini asu.
The curtain call has arrived.
Gila darah gua. Dan Nona Ambon di sini.
Yes, very
Nona Ambon
done.
berhasil.
Oh, they've grown up so fast. I'm so proud.
Really? Well then, I'll leave you to debrief the others about today's events.
Huh? You're leaving already?
You did marvelously today. I'm thrilled for both of you. And should you feel the need to gloat profusely to that student of mine so she knows to up her game, be my guest. Lovely tea party. But that'll do me for now. Until next time, my dearies.
My
You're
dears.
just going to up and leave? Barbie?
Barbie.
You'll have to forgive Barbalov. She's always on the move. And she never says where she's going either. I think she enjoys the mystique. But if I had to guess, she's probably going for a walk. She's a very health-conscious individual. Barbie was satisfied with your victory. And so am I. Congratulations to you both. You can come back now. Oh, whoops. I need to turn you back to normal first, don't I?
Ada Nona Ambon di sini.
You're finally back,
have you back safe and sound. Now time to relax and switch off. You've earned it.
Senang juga sih bisa lulus.
To deal with the dragon of dragon spine, right?
Nona Ambon pica pica. Again. Tara art. Kenapa Tara? Iya, aja sih dong. Bukan dibalikin. Dan Nona Ambon sini.
Yep, this place is as freezing as ever. Paimon's hands are turning to ice. You sure? Is it warm in there?
Balik lagi ke sini guys. Lu gua awal-awal Genshin langsung ke sini asu. Beda levelnya berapa?
Still bleeding away after all this time.
Bener-bener struggle Israel. Nice. Albedo. Ini dari dulu nggak dihancur jantung. Nambun di sini.
May Paimon ask a question?
Silahkan.
Who is tengkyuu? Do you think of him as one of your kind? And is he a dragon, person, animal, or monster?
Monster?
Sounds like you prefer humans to dragons then.
Kamu melihatnya sebagai sebuah tindakan penciptaan. Sudah terjawab, makasih.
like a golden energy has encased the dragon's heart. Wait, but in that case, what's gonna happen to the fake Hertha? And what about the people who fell under Durin's influence? Pleasure. We sure learned a lot. Oh yeah, the festival! Wonder who the Windbloom Star is gonna be this time? Well, we've been too busy dealing with this situation the entire time. Who else would be free to work during the Windbloom Festival?
Dua hari kemudian. Cintaku padamu.
The Windbloom Festival is about to begin!
Tahukah engkau, wahai langit, ku ingin bertemu, membelai wajah, dan ku pasang biasa angkasa yang tak hanya lebih.
Wow! Amazing!
Venti. Nyanyi. Yo, statue na yun. Uy, ang bido. Langsung bisa loncat loh. Yo, kita na pandit. Manusia kan? Wow. Anjas. Orang-orang monster semua ya. ting Thanos. Gede-gede na kayo. Hahaha. Wow. Aga bro. Jahat nggak tuh? Langsung di skip.
Albedo, how did everything go? Really? So Mini Durin looks like a human now?
Coba atas skip. Albedo luar biasa.
So, how do you feel right now? She?
Both clean itu.
So that's what she meant, huh? Well, no wonder those monsters wanted to infiltrate the city and replace you. They wanted your life for themselves!
Apa mas? Mas? Apa mas?
You've got an unusual family, that's for sure.
Mending kamu udah password dari semua ini.
Devouring Nefarious? What's Nefarious? What?
What?
Of course, that's what friends are for.
Emang benar kita teman. That's what friends are for. Keep shining, keep smiling.
Oh, so you're heading back to headquarters? Well, good luck with the report. Wow, this Wimbloom Festival turned out to be a special one. It feels like we really made a difference. Oh, Paimon almost forgot. If the Wimbloom star has already been chosen, what is this year's Wimbloom gonna be? Venti, you're back.
Cecilia. Cocok sih. Hah?
Wow! A gift and a mystery all in one! The mages sure love their secrets, huh?
Baiklah, makasih.
You've helped a lot, Venti. How about we treat you to a drink? Of course, Dad! Let's go to the tavern right now!
Terus Thailand. Keluar ya? Keluar guys. Lanjut dibentuk oleh ketenaran ya. Ngingkong ngingkong.
Is that Navia over there? Oh, it's been a while! Let's go say hi! Hey, Navia! What you up to? Shh!
Apaan kok diam-diam?
Get lost, Monica! I don't want to see you back here until you're ready to wake up and start doing things properly! Right now, you're a disgrace to my kitchen and to the Hotel de Boer name!
It was an accident.
I'm sorry, did you hear me asking for excuses?
No, I'll do better, I promise.
Why is she so aggressive? She won't even listen to what the poor girl has to say. Oh, hey, cut her some slack. You gotta at least hear her out.
Wait! Huh? Who do you think you are telling me? Wait a sec. Navia? So, you're bringing backup now. Suit yourself! You're still wasting your time!
Savannah, is this how you always treat your staff?
My staff is right. I'm the one in charge here now. And last time I checked, the Hotel de Boer doesn't take orders from the Spina di Rosula.
Of course. How you run your kitchen is none of our business. But when a member of your staff is so overworked he becomes gravely ill, that most definitely is our business. We're going to stand up for him, whether you like it or not.
Overworked? I've said it before and I'll say it again. If Fermon can't handle the job, then tough luck. There are plenty of other capable people I can hire instead.
But Fermon can do the job, he just...
Monica, back inside, now!
Huh? But you said I shouldn't come back until...
Just do as you're told, and not another word out of you! Come on, we have work to do!
Wow! What a horrible person!
Sorry. Looks like I've dragged you into some drama again.
Siapa itu tadi?
Her name is Savannah. She's the new head chef at Hotel de Boer. Ever since she took the job, she's been enforcing a brutal work regime and putting a huge amount of pressure on her staff. One guy was so overworked, he collapsed from illness. He's been bedridden for days, and he can barely even talk properly.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I don't deserve to be a chef.
At his family's request, the Spina di Rosula is trying to mediate on his behalf. We're not exactly making a ton of progress, as you saw. Savannah is adamant that Fermont's exhaustion and illness have nothing to do with her or how she's been running her kitchen. She's refusing to have any kind of meaningful dialogue with us. Our next thought was to talk to the other chefs at the restaurant and get a better idea of their working
Lagi
conditions.
live stream ya naga.
But with Savannah watching them like a hawk, no one has been willing to open up.
Oh,
And that's why I'm here, doing it the old-fashioned way.
jadi kamu lagi nungguin si Savannah itu cabut ya?
Oh, shoot! It all makes sense now. Sorry. Paimon should have thunk before she spoke. Did Paimon ruin everything?
Coba nih,
No,
nggak
not
boleh.
at all, Paimon. Honestly, the way she was
Atau
laying
apa,
into
Army?
Monica, someone had to step in.
Hmm,
I'm sure I would have piped up if you hadn't.
ini KTP-nya.
And besides,
Pakai nick
I don't
ya.
really think I'm built for espionage.
Nick orang atau nick army? Lihat. Enggak ada. Ya. Dan Savannah sudah lihat kamu.
Yeah, meaning it's gonna be all the more difficult to get the inside scoop now. Oh, I might as well head back to the Fleuve Cendre then.
Orang ada daunnya depannya ya.
Whole new game plan.
Paimon will join you. 'Cause this is kinda all Paimon's fault.
Kalau gitu aku sekalian.
Oh, guys, it's fine. You don't need to worry about it. That said, if you were planning to visit the Fleuve Cendre anyway, let me take you out for a meal. I'll make sure it's a proper feast. A really famous chef just joined the Spina di Rosula's tavern. Her name is...
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to apologize for the scene you witnessed just now. We shouldn't subject our customers to that. This is a small token from us. It's some candy from Monica. She asked me to make sure it was delivered into your hands.
Monica's the one apologizing? Huh. Clearly Savannah is the one who owes an apology.
Our head chef has been a little highly strung lately. Sorry for everything.
Paimon jangan bisa pakai gaya.
Alright. Since there's candy, Paimon will drop it. Not the candy.
Thank you for understanding. We'll make sure to pass your feedback on to Miss Savannah.
A little highly strung, huh?
Jadi pas Savannah ada di dapur,
Paimon doesn't get it. How did someone like her even become head chef?
Well, according to Fermat's family, she hasn't always been like this. But that's a story for another time. Let's try this candy.
oh iya, nanti dan makanan manis.
Oh, Paimon totally gets it. Come on, dig in! Huh? Hold on, there's something written on the wrapper. Find Escoffier.
Coffee ya.
Escoffier? Could this mean...
Huh? You know that name, Nadia?
Yeah. Let's stick to the plan and go back to the Fleuve Cendre for now. That's where we'll find Escoffier anyway.
Di mana, bro?
So, who is this Escoffier anyway?
Well, for starters, she used to be the head chef at the Hotel de Boer, before Savannah. She recreated the legendary Gâteau de Boer and restored the restaurant back to its former glory. Safe to say, she's the most renowned head chef in the Hotel de Boer's history, after the culinary genius Modeste himself.
Gâteau de Boer? That's the super exclusive cake that they only sell a few slices a day, right? Wow. Why the heck would she let Savannah take her place?
Well, apparently, the Hotel de Boer was reported for a safety incident. Someone claims that the kitchen was adding an illegal substance to their menu. But none of the chefs had any idea how it could have gotten into the food. In the end, Escoffier decided that as head chef, she should take responsibility. And she was sent to the Fortress of Meripede.
The Fortress of Meripede?
Dan kaget begitu, formalitas.
Well, you're right. The quantity of the substance they found was fairly minimal. Even the guards believed the whole thing was probably just an accident. Escoffier didn't have to stay in the fortress for long, but still, by the time she returned, the role of head chef had already passed to Savannah.
So that's what happened. Paimon still thinks it's really unfair.
Really unfair.
Even though Escoffier is no longer head chef at the hotel, she's still well respected by the staff. So, I'm guessing what Monica wants is for us to convince Escoffier to negotiate with Savannah on the staff's behalf.
Oh, Paimon gets it! Monica wants Escoffier to come back and kick Savannah out. It's simple. If the new head chef is stressing everyone out, then the solution is just get the old one back.
Well, about that...
You thought cream of mushroom soup was ready to serve after 3.5 minutes on the stove.
Gua sama Dani beli
Had more sense serving hot water with ice cubes. At least then you wouldn't have wasted
Iya,
all
ada
this
yang tajos,
perfectly
jadi
good
kita bisa
cream
mainin
and
kayak gini nih, terbang
mushroom.
dulu.
What
Si Dani bakal masuk terbang nih. Iya, tidak perlu tahu. Berdua. Lah,
I'm sorry.
Begitu aja segoblok. Berapa orang yang baru tahu kata tajos terbangin? Bisa terbang. Jangan banyak nggak tahu lagi. Lah, oke. Ada fungsi ini yang beda sendiri, Oke, ada yang kecil-kecil sendiri. Lah, gua kecewa. Kecewa, gue tos sendiri maksud gue. Gue kecewa. Jadi sampai lu main tajas jadi tos dong ya? Itu di belakang itu kursi. Bisa bikin ini dulu bangunan, bisa bikin tos, bisa buat ketapel terbang. Gue baru tahu ternyata.
Hotel dashboard kok bisa bertahan?
You have to leave it on the heat for long enough to allow
Bisa
those
terbang gitu tuh aja sih,
vapors
Bang.
to come out. Don't be fooled by the aroma when the water first starts to boil. Go ahead.
Oh, there's coffee.
Yes, chef.
Then go back and do it again. The customers are still waiting. Remember where you went wrong and don't repeat the same mistake twice.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef. Cintaku padamu. Oh,
Excuse us, we're...
Waiting to be served? Sorry, we're pretty busy. I'm afraid you have to join the line.
hello.
Oh, no, we're not here to eat.
So you're not paying customers? Then I'm afraid the wait will be even longer.
It's hard to talk to Escoffier when she's in the zone. Let's take a seat. We can catch up while we wait.
Looks like the rush hour is finally over. Is it always this busy here?
These days, yes. I'd say business has tripled since Escoffier joined as temporary head chef.
Dia nggak mau balik kerja di hotel dashboard?
Well, in her words, the Hotel de Boer doesn't need her anymore. It doesn't look like she's got any plans to go back.
I guess I'll be heading off then.
Wait, take these home with you. We can't serve them now, and there's no sense in letting them go to waste.
Oh, thank you, chef.
Thank you, chef.
For what? Like I said, I just don't want them going to waste. Oh, and tell Fiamma to get well soon.
Your
You're
mom?
not running
Your
yourself
mom?
ragged every single shift.
Firmo. That's the second time we've heard that name. Who is that again?
He's the chef that fell ill from stress. Hilaire is his son.
Your
And with
mom?
mom stuck at home taking care of dad, he decided to pick up some work to help pay the bills.
Benaster, guys.
Escoffier knows their situation, so she's been making some extra food every day for him to take home.
Hey, I heard that, Navia. I've told you before. No one's making extra food. Hilaire is making blunders in the kitchen, and I can't serve his failed dishes, so he might as well take them home.
Yeah, failed dishes that just so happen to be nutritionally complete every single time.
So you two must be the world-famous traveler and his companion, Paimon. Yes? Is there something I can help you with?
Oh, so you know us already. We'll skip the introduction then. We're here to talk about Savannah.
Karena Hilaire kerja di sini.
Oh, I certainly am. The Spina's headquarters are right next to the tavern. And I've lost count of the number of times Navi has come to pester me about it. But I don't work for the hotel. And being ex-head chef doesn't give me the right to this. Besides, I'm the one who persuaded Savannah to take the job in the first place.
What?
Well, she was a much gentler person back then. A little timid.
Mati ya.
She wasn't at all confident that she was the right fit for the role.
That's hard to believe. Are we definitely talking about the same Savannah here?
Honestly, I do wonder if she's just emulating me. I mean, I'm not the most pleasant head chef to be around either.
Jangan dia sedap.
Anyway, suffice to say that given the history between us, it'll be tricky for me to tell her she's doing her job wrong without coming across like a huge hypocrite. Fiamar and the others probably think that Savannah gets it all from me.
I wouldn't be so sure about that, Escoffier. Look at this note we got from Monica.
Escoffier.
She mentioned me.
Whatever shortcomings you feel you have, looks like Monica still trusts you. As for the others, well, how can you know what they think unless you ask them?
Monica.
Plus, it's not like we're asking you to storm in there and raise hell. We're only in the initial phase of our investigation. All we're trying to do is get the other chefs to open up to us.
Oh, Monica. Oh,
Wijaya?
Monica.
Wijaya?
I can't believe her. Powdered sugar is
Keturunan.
supposed to be applied sparingly. Look at all that on the
Iya.
wrapper. It's thicker than the sole of my shoe. Unbelievable.
Wijaya pecel lele.
I won't stand for this. She has to learn. Come on, we're going.
PT Ika kak.
Wait, so now she's,
Setelah dia apapun alasan.
Let's go catch up to her. We don't want to keep her waiting.
Apaan? Agak, nggak tahu, belum pernah ke situ. Bukan. Nggak jadi kayak Aurel. Sama teman SMP-nya.
Wait, she looks like...
Iya, pacaran.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Hah? Yardan-nya. Maksudnya?
I'm so sorry. I messed up your order.
Siapa? Sorry?
Oh, I wouldn't go
Iya,
that far.
ngopi.
Maybe the taste is a little off, but if you hadn't brought it up, I don't think I would have noticed.
But
Karmi masuk mulu
you have
kerjanya.
to forgive me, or Chef is gonna.
Kalau ngopi ya pulang sekolah sore.
I know. I'll kneel before you.
What the heck?
Iya, belum tentu dia.
Get up, Monica.
Eh.
Can't you see that you're just making your customer feel more awkward?
Escoffier?
If you want forgiveness,
Iya,
then do
takutnya
what any
belajarnya.
self-respecting chef would do. Make the dish again. And this time, get it right. You cannot go begging your customers to feel sorry for you.
Enaknya kalau dia ikut stand itu. Tapi stand lebih parah fisiknya sekarang. Harus push up sama sit up. Dulu kan cuma lari. Iya, sempat dihilangin juga tuh.
How can you fix your mistake without being allowed to cook? If this is what Fermat had to put up with, then no wonder he had a breakdown.
We apologize.
Iya, nggak tahu dia ngerokok atau kagak kalau sama teman-temannya kan.
It's fine. With my layman's palate, it's not like I can tell the difference anyway. I was actually quite enjoying my meal until she appeared out of nowhere and started apologizing.
Kalau lolos fisik.
Gave me a bit of a fright, to be honest.
Oh, well, it's because Chef
Rokok
Savannah
kelihatan
tasted
kalau
all the
MCU kayak.
leftover soup from my pot
Kali ya,
and
Kak.
threw me out of the kitchen.
Nganterin makanan.
That's pretty strict. Has she always been that way? I don't recall things being like this when Escoffier was head chef here. I gotta say, you're all looking a little worse for wear these days.
I mean, Escoffier was strict too, but I think the difference is that her criticism was more constructive, so you knew what you did wrong and how to improve, and we all knew that it came from a good place. Chef Escoffier was hard on us because she truly wanted us to reach her level. But these days, whenever we make a mistake, we just get told to wake up, get your head in the game, or just do it again. And it's only gotten worse since word got out that Chef Escoffier had started working again in the Fleuve Cendre.
Monica, you don't need to call me chef. I'm not the boss here anymore.
Yeah, but through no fault of your own. What happened back then? That wasn't on you, and all of us know that. That banquet was a huge event, and so many staff were involved every step of the way. With so many moving parts, there's no way of knowing how that lumiline ended up in the food we served.
Lumiline? What's that?
A new drug from the Fontaine Research Institute, produced from an extract of the lumitoile. Apparently it sharpens the senses, so they used it to treat people with impaired responses to stimuli.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. They found out you can use it as a flavor enhancer since it stimulates the taste buds. Makes things pretty addictive.
They also found that overuse can have mood-altering effects, and even lead to nerve damage. So it quickly ended up on the guard's list of controlled substances. Unfortunately, however, some food products containing the additive had already made it to the market by the time the guards banned it from the restaurant industry.
Everyone knows that in all likelihood, someone probably just purchased a batch of contaminated ingredients by mistake. But you took all the blame. We all know why. You just didn't want to see this turn into a place where tensions are constantly running high, because everyone's suspicious of each other all the time. And now look at you. The fry chef in the Fleuve Cendre.
What are you trying to say? Sure, the Spina's Tavern is no Hotel de Boer, but come on. It's not that bad, is it?
Oh, the Fleuve Cendre, you say? Great. That's where I'm dining from now on.
Monica, I'm very happy with my current job. And there's no changing the past. We just have to let bygones be bygones. Besides, at the end of the day, I was the head chef, regardless of whose mistake it was. Ultimately, the responsibility lay with me.
If only Savannah was half the boss you were.
I'm sorry? Do you have a problem with my conduct as head chef?
No, chef.
So, you do remember who's boss? Escoffier? I thought you'd left this place for good. What are you doing back here?
What happened to you, Savannah? Why are you acting like this? When I turned this place over to you,
You made me the head chef and gave up your right to tell me how to do my job. You're not the boss here anymore, so stop acting like you own the place.
Whoa. Sounds like someone has a chip on her shoulder.
Mungkin dia lebih baik minggir dulu.
Oh, Savannah! My God, have you grown a temper since I last saw you? Have you put even half the amount of energy into improving your cooking skills, or are you still using the Pluie Lotus as an off-brand marcotte, thinking no one can tell the difference?
Belum?
That's none of your business!
What happened to not storming in? Raising hell?
Wi-Fi kah?
Dia minta. Expecting to see something this spicy as soon as Escoffier returned.
Oh, kira nggak boleh ke rumah sakit. Buat karyawan doang.
Aye, miladies. Might I make a humble suggestion?
Kalau dipakein password
We have ourselves a tête-à-tête between chefs at the Hotel de Boer. I dare say it would be de rigueur to settle this the traditional way.
Disuruh sana.
Traditional way? That can only mean one thing.
Wah, ini mau ada peristiwa apa lagi?
That's right. I'm talking, of course, about the tradition established by Modeste himself. The cooking contest!
According to legend, the founders of Hotel de Boer, Modeste and Savelli, used this method to resolve all of their disputes. Everything from petty arguments over next week's menu to disagreements over the strategic direction of the restaurant. The cooking contest would decide who had the final say.
Sounds like they had a lot of free time on their hands.
Well, it might sound that way to us. But in fact, the cooking contest played an enormous role in motivating chefs to hone their skills, reaching new heights of excellence in culinary arts. And indeed, The reintroduction of this institution in recent years
Ah,
has
look,
surely
what-
been instrumental in transforming the Hotel de Bord into the
Hotel de
top-ranking
Bord?
restaurant in Fontaine.
Oh, orang cadel ngomong Prancis itu.
Someone brought it back? Who?
Jago jadi Hotel de Bord.
What say you, Escoffier?
Escoffier.
Surely you of all people won't back down from this challenge. It was you who put the rule in place after all.
Ternyata tuh jawabannya Pak Imam.
Sure, I reinstated it, but I'm not a chef at Hotel de Boer anymore. Isn't this bending the rules a
Kalau
little?
bukan orang Prancis aslinya nggak
I
ngomong
see
gitu.
no
Hotel
issue
de
as
Bord.
long as both sides agree to the terms.
Nih, panik
We
kan?
could simply
Asli.
treat it as an exhibition of sorts. Savannah, any objections?
Exhibition. Huh. No. If we're going to battle it out, let's put it all on the line.
Ush,
If I
gila
lose,
ngadu bro.
it's up to you what happens to me.
I don't want anything to happen to you.
But if you lose, you hand over the Codex de Board to me.
What? The Codex de Boer?
Codex de Bord itu.
Only the legendary handbook written by the original head chef Modeste. It contains all his secret recipes, including Gâteau de Boer. It's the greatest treasure in Fontaine's culinary world. And only the present and former head chefs of the Hotel de Boer have the right to read it.
Present and former. Wait, but that already includes Savannah, though.
What do you want that old thing for? You have your own copy, don't you?
Don't take me for a fool. You know perfectly well what I mean. I want your copy, the original version, the one you took with you when you left us.
I'm sorry, I must be missing something. You know, there's no difference between the
Yeah,
original
sounds like
and
it.
the copyright. They contain the exact same recipes.
Stop trying to change the topic. What's wrong, Escoffier? Scared you're gonna lose to me? Or are you scared of me getting my hands on the original codex?
Savannah, you may remember that we gave her the original as a
Escoffier.
parting gift, to thank Escoffier for her years of service.
Oh yeah.
Asking for it back feels a little,
Le bon? Comment de
Oh,
le
I'm
bon?
sure it won't be an issue, as long as both sides
Tu
agree to the
m'appelles?
terms. Those were your
t'appelles
words,
comment?
weren't they? And as for the contest itself, let's make
Heb
it a
ik begin
bake-off.
toe.
Gâteau de Boer, per
Gâteau
the
de
recipe
Boer.
in the codex. Well, Escoffier,
Escoffier.
you against me. Are you in or out?
I'm in.
You sound surprisingly confident. All right then, let's see how much you've actually grown. I hope you surprise me, Savannah. I'd hate to find out that all you've learned after this long is how to chew people's heads off.
Ramah.
Believe me, I'll show you.
Anjir.
Escoffier, are you sure this is a good idea? You accepted her terms a little hastily.
Oh, it'll be fine. Let's head back to the
Let's head back. Sarah. Saudara, berhati-hatilah mengisi BBM agar kendaraan yang kalian tidak berisi BBM. Ampun. Di bawah ya. Oh, tadi di hotel atas, terus coba sendiri di bawah. Resort sendiri. Aku stay away. Mas Arul ya? Just see you breathe.
So, this whole bake-off thing kind of
Ini
came
sih
out
ada
of nowhere.
martabak ya?
Was it really sensible to just go along with it?
Well, I got a sense that she's holding something back. But we chefs always express ourselves in our cooking. So if she won't talk, this might be the best way to find out what's really going on with her.
Huh? Holding back? Sure didn't sound that way to Paimon.
Escoffier only picked up on it because she's the same way. Always closed off, never letting you know what she really thinks.
That's patently false. at least where your macarons are concerned. I've been nothing but truthful with you about the disgraceful amount of sugar you use.
Okay, that's one case where you can keep your thoughts to yourself.
Jadi kode d'abord itu apa?
Oh, that? Well, it's not so much a recipe book as a diary of Modeste's adventures.
Modeste.
Back in the day, he and his good friend Zavelli explored far and wide, partly adventuring, partly looking for new ingredients and developing new recipes. Their creations had an enormous influence on the course of Fontaine cuisine, turning it into a much more vibrant and diverse scene. For instance, legend has it that the original Gâteau de Bourg was made using a special secret ingredient that Modeste discovered on one of his adventures. So rare was the ingredient that they could never make more than 16 slices of the cake per day. But everyone who tried it claimed that it was one of the most blissful and invigorating things they had ever tasted. Modeste and Savelli went on to found the original Hôtel de Bourg, which catapulted them to stardom in Fontaine's culinary world. Especially Modeste. He was hailed as a once-in-a-generation genius, and over time, the recipes from his adventure log became known as the Codex de Bourg.
Ah, Paimon's heard this kind of story before. Armed with the Codex, the Hôtel de Bourg took its rightful place as the finest restaurant in the land, serving those recipes for centuries to come. Something like that?
What? No, of course not. Cooking is a constantly evolving art form. How can any restaurant survive if they only serve food that was popular last century? Anyway, never mind centuries. Savelli and Modeste parted ways not even 10 years after their rise to fame. Then, Modeste passed away while he was still in his prime. And that was it. The end of the Hôtel de Bourg's heyday. It fell into decline, and for most of its history, it was just a nondescript place with a couple of cheap tables. It's only in recent decades that it started recovering. Even then, it still took numerous relocations and changes of management before we finally ended up with Vanigem and the restaurant we have today.
Oh! So the Codex really isn't all that, then. Paimon figured it was like one of those mystical books they have in Liue's martial arts novels, where the main character learns all their secret powers from.
Yes, well, that's fiction, and this is reality. You can't meet the tastes of modern diners by following some ancient recipes from a dusty old book.
Case in point. Even the Gâteau de Bourg they sell now
Gâteau
is
de
actually
Bourg.
Escoffier's reimagination.
Wait, really? Why though? Didn't that recipe make it into the Codex?
It did, but like I said, it's the dusty old book now, and the records aren't as legible as they once were. Not to mention that there's no way of finding the secret ingredient Modeste wrote about. So, reimagination is right. I consulted some historical records and took what I could from the Codex. But ultimately, the Gâteau de Bourg of today is my own recipe. As for why we gave it the same name and kept the tradition of only selling 16 slices a day, well, you've got Vanigem's business sense to thank for that.
Oh. Huh. Well, that kind of takes all the mystique out of it.
Hey now, it might not be the original Gâteau de Bourg, but it's still the most delicious cake in Fontaine today. And who knows, maybe Escoffier's version is more suited to your palate. Just think, if the original truly was the perfect cake you're imagining it to be, there's no way the recipe would have been lost to history, right? Not to mention that the Hôtel de Bourg never would have fallen into a slump.
Anyway, before I left my role as head chef, I made a copy of all the recipes from the Codex, including my own improved versions, and turned them over to Savannah.
So why is she so interested in the original copy? Could it be a symbolic thing? Like, whoever holds the original Codex de Bourg is the true head chef?
Well, it was clearly precious enough to give to Escoffier as a parting gift. Meanwhile, Savannah only got a copy. Maybe from her point of view, it's like management doesn't truly see her as being worthy of the role.
You think so? The only thing is, it was her suggestion to gift me the original in the first place. Well, a joint decision by her and Venegem. But still.
What? Huh. Guess she's had a major change of heart since she became head chef. Yeesh.
Who knows? We could speculate forever. Better to just let our gato do the talking.
Maksudnya bagaimana caranya?
It means besting her in this bake-off, and then getting her to explain herself, even if I have to beat it out of her with a spatula.
Tidak tanggung-tanggung ya.
However much she's changed since we worked together, I believe that she still has her chef's pride. And if she respects the art, she'll respect the outcome of our contest.
Well, I'm confident that you and your spatula can get justice for Froment. All you need to do now is win the contest. But that should be a breeze for you.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Gâteau de bourre is very complicated to make. Usually, it takes 3 chefs working in tandem to cover everything. Now, if I had to push it, I could probably do the work of 3 chefs myself. But I'd prefer to play it safe if I can find a couple of assistants in time.
Well, that's easy. The 3 of us are veterans in the kitchen. You just need to pick 2 of us.
Well, I have heard the Traveler is an accomplished cook, as well as a warrior. But be warned, I will hold you to exceptionally high standards. Think you're up to the task?
Bisa dong.
Oh, count me in too. I've spent weeks perfecting my
Ada samping
macarons
gini,
after
bro.
your scathing
Waduh.
review. Even if it means competing against the Traveler, so be it.
Ah?
I'll show you what I'm made of.
Kenapa lagi live aku?
Confident. I like it. Alright, let's start with some elementary mise en place. Show me
Ada ayung tuh, yang. Au, bapak lu?
I've always called it chopping stuff. Not mise en place, but it's basically the same thing, right?
Looks like you found that easier than I expected.
Yeah, thankfully it was pretty straightforward in the end. You made it sound like we'd be carving statues out of fruits or something.
What?
Well, brace yourself, because the next step is anything but straightforward. I'll be using this cold press to extract flavor compounds from the ingredients.
Apa itu prestasi?
A kind of special food processor I got the Fontaine Research Institute to make for me. It uses cold temperature extraction to isolate the essence of cooking ingredients, which can then be used to flavor dishes more precisely.
Precisely.
But this isn't exactly standard kitchen equipment, so that probably didn't make a whole lot of sense. Let me give you a demonstration instead.
I could stay awake just to see you free.
Oh, Navia. The difference
Kinda-
in your case is that mise en place is chopping stuff up with
Custom-made equipment from the Fontaine Research Institute, huh? That's some pretty high-tech food prep. I've never used anything this weird before. Cool.
Apa?
and done. These are the flavor compounds extracted from our ingredients.
Sabar aja
I
tunggu.
processed all the fruit
Di
you
refresh.
earlier.
Narik ke atas kan.
Even the
Di aplikasinya kan itu.
more concentrated. What next? Do we
Huh?
add all this stuff in?
Absolutely not. Throwing everything in at once will ruin the balance of
Ini.
flavors. We have to go slowly and
Belum
carefully
masuk.
to calibrate the exact.
Apa ada yang 40 emang?
I'll demonstrate again.
Tuh,
Now,
masuk.
watch closely.
Bukan yung mobil. Empat puluh tuh. Hah?
Makasih ini. Ada pakai 30.
Ini yang ini. Bisa combo. 3800. 36900.
Iya, 36.
Pulsa berapa sih tadi? 40-an. Ini apaan? TikTok, YouTube? Free-nya. Oh, XL. Aja. Lagi proses.
Slowly and carefully.
Oh ya, tunjukkan cara membelinya. Oh. Terus 0. Yo.
And voila.
Voila.
Now it's your turn.
Voila.
Not terrible. Considering this was everyone's first time blending flavor extracts, it could have been worse.
It couldn't be worse.
Traveler's work was surprisingly good. Are you sure you've never done this before? You got almost perfect results on your first try.
Siapa dulu gurunya?
That goes
Jawa.
Still, credit where credit's due. You did well. Alright, now for the part I've been looking forward to. I want each of you to cook something from the Hotel du Bois' current menu. I'll judge your submissions and give you a final score.
Skor akhir.
That's right. The true test of your cooking skills is the finished product. It'll be good practice for the contest itself. Now get to it. Chop chop! How's it going? Have you picked a dish yet? Choose wisely.
Seafood, bro.
I know this doesn't represent what you're capable of. Try again, and this time, I want to see you make a proper attempt.
Oh, mana sih dengan?
How's it going? Look at that! With the grace of a snow-winged goose, as I like to say. Now, let the grating commence.
Pretty good, right? Not to brag or anything, but Paimon's a bit of a connoisseur when it comes to la food.
La food?
6 points.
What? Oh, well, fair enough. Paimon doesn't cook all that often, so as long as it's a pass.
That's 6 out of 100. You say you're a connoisseur, but it's quite clear from have far more experience consuming it. By that logic, I suppose you think listening to Lady Farina on repeat every day would make you an opera singer.
Me next. I'll have you know that this batch of macarons has 2 whole tablespoons less sugar than my previous ones.
So you went from 12 tablespoons to 10? Well, it's nice to know you actually measured it out. Because it tastes like you just threw in whatever was left in the jar. 6 points.
Aww.
Astaga, ketujuk.
Now to the final dish.
Akan kita ya.
So, what do you think?
This is our last hope.
8 points.
Darn, that's barely what we got.
Not exactly. The color is spot on. Beautiful aroma. Excellent presentation. I have to give this one 8 points out of 10. Maybe even 9 points.
What? How did you pull that off?
Selama ini siapa sih yang masak buat Pak Edmond?
Don't get me wrong. There's room for improvement. But still, this is clearly the work of an accomplished chef. I can tell that you've put many hours of work into honing your skills in the kitchen. I can really taste the grace of the snow-winged goose in this dish. The traveler's journey, with all its trials, tribulations, and setbacks. Not to mention the frustrations of having a picky eater for a partner.
Hey, you made that last part up! No way did you taste that!
Well, it looks like I lost fair and square. I guess you'll be taking the traveler as one of your assistants then?
But if it takes 3 chefs, that still leaves 1 slot remaining. Maybe Paimon and Navia should keep practicing and see how it goes?
Chef Escoffier!
Oh, it's Hilaire! What brings you here?
I heard the news about the cooking contest. You're doing Gâteau de Bourg, right? I was just wondering if you needed any help?
Huh. And you think you're up to the task, do you?
Oh, no, I know I'm not there yet. It's actually my dad who wanted to help.
Wanted to help.
Firma, last I heard, you could barely get out of bed.
Chef Escoffier, Navia, Traveler.
Thank
you all so much for everything you're doing for me and my family. I've had enough of sitting around at home while you run yourselves ragged. If you let me, I'd like to help you win this cooking contest.
Kamu yakin sudah kuat, Firma?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Don't you worry. I'll be fine. I'm feeling much better now.
Dua.
I'm sorry. I know I've been rather useless these past few days, but not anymore. The fact is, I'm a fine chef, despite
Ada 16 kan itu?
I've proven myself in the Hotel de Bourg kitchen. So if anyone's qualified to work under Chef Escoffier, it's me. I think. I mean, I hope so.
Ya, dan ngeliat tadi nasi kuning.
Have you even set foot in a kitchen since leaving Hotel de Bourg?
De Bourg?
I have not, but I'm fully rested now. I know I can handle it. I'll prove it.
16.
Let me whip something up for you right now.
Ngapain sih ini orang?
That's strange. Why are my hands shaking?
Kayak sakit tuh, bro.
What do you call this, Firma?
I can't seem to grip my knife.
Do it again! Again! Again!
Galak banget.
I
masih trauma.
Hopeless. Get out of my kitchen yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
Dad, what's
wrong?
I don't understand. I was feeling so much better, and then will I never be able to work in a kitchen again?
Dad, talk to me. What happened?
What happened?
I think the real issue here is not physical exhaustion, but psychological trauma.
Monica, when did you get here?
Aku saja udah sadar loh.
Probably because you were all concentrating so hard on your cooking. I didn't want to interrupt your flow. But anyway, Firma, I'm so sorry. If only I knew how serious your situation was, I would have stood up for you sooner.
You have nothing to apologize for, Monica. During those long nights of redoing every order, you were the only person who looked out for me.
Oh, come on. All I did was make you some tea. I doubt it was much help.
Savannah was so ruthless.
Lagi live ako yung
I
enter.
probably should have brought you something stronger.
She sounds like the worst. All right, another Savannah horror story. Let's hear it.
She's been getting harsher and harsher on us ever since she heard about Escaffier's new role in the Fleuve Cendre. Seems like no matter what we make, she'll find something wrong with it.
What is this? It looks like a dog's been at it! In the trash now!
Then she orders us to redo the dish again and again, but we never know what's going to make her happy.
Do it again, do it again, do it again!
Every time you remake it, you just get another earful from her.
Either straighten yourself out or get out of my kitchen!
So now, it seems like just picking up a kitchen utensil gives me flashbacks of her yelling at me.
Oh man, that must be awful.
The more I want to get it perfect, the more my hands shake, and the more scared I am of making another mistake.
How can you give up so easily, Fiamma? You weren't a quitter when you were working for me. And even under Savannah, you talk about working late into the night trying to perfect your dishes. That says to me that you still hadn't lost that determination to prove yourself. What changed?
I don't know what's come over me. When I think back, I just remember feeling like my heart and my hands were growing heavier and heavier as the shift went on. Each time I had to redo a dish, my heart sank a little further. Maybe Savannah was right. Maybe I am just hopeless at this.
Dad.
Dad.
I see. Well, it sounds like there are some deep issues at work here. Ones that won't be resolved by merely seeking compensation. I will win this contest, and after that, I encourage you to approach Savannah and talk this out.
But what if you can't find another assistant in time? Clearly, I'm in no state to help out.
You think being one person short will ruin my chances? Let's not forget, I taught you and her everything you know. Even if I had to
Everything
go it
you know.
alone, I would present the perfect gâteau.
Oh, well, Paimon and Nadia will still keep practicing, just in case.
And so will I.
Yeah! And if worse comes to worse, we can always get the Spina di Rosula to put out an emergency call for chefs. There's gotta be someone out there, right?
Actually, I thought maybe I could help. That's sort of why I'm here.
What? Why didn't you say so?
I was going to, but then... well, this is the first chance I got.
You do this for us? Thank you so much, Monica.
Alright, fine by me. But aren't you still working for Savannah? Joining the other side seems like a guaranteed way to put your future employment in jeopardy.
I know, but it's alright. I've made up my mind. With the way things are, I can't keep working for Savannah much longer anyway. Unless I want to become the next Firma.
Oh.
I'm done with sucking it up. It's time to try and turn things around. If this cooking contest can get Savannah to see the error of her ways, then I'm sure she'll forgive me for this.
Well, Paimon didn't think we'd be poaching from Savannah's staff to get our third person, but there you go. Anyway, Monica's a professional chef, so nothing could possibly go wrong now.
Great! Then it's settled. And to congratulate you all on making the team, I propose a Spina-sponsored meal to celebrate.
Spina-sponsored? Wait, you mean I'm cooking?
Well, I promised the traveler a feast in the Fleuve Cendre. And I know how much you've been looking forward to it.
Yeah! Feast, feast, feast!
Ako bantuin din masak.
Alright, if you insist, then prepare for some of the finest food of your lives. That's not a bad idea, actually. Wait, hold on. You need to finesse that further.
was a dream come true. Paimon never knew Fontanian cuisine could be this good.
Why, Savannah? Why?
Lagi apa?
Oh, nothing. I was just flicking through the original Codex de Boer. I wanted to see if there was anything I'm missing. Something I hadn't noticed before. That might explain why Savannah's so desperate to get her hands on it. But I can't find anything. It's just some hastily scribbled recipes in between diary entries from Modest's adventuring phase. And most of it's not even legible anymore. The copy I gave her not only has all the recipes in full, but even includes my own private tips and notes from years of experience. Surely that's infinitely more useful than this old thing.
Mungkin intinya bukan digunakan atau tidak boleh.
Yeah, maybe. Still, it's just hard for me to imagine that the Savannah I knew would go to all this effort just to make a point.
Kalian tidaknya bertemu.
We were. At least I always thought we were.
We
She
were.
was a little shy, but meticulous with everything and everyone she dealt with. She made a few mistakes here and there, but she was quick to correct them whenever they were pointed out. And she was always striving to improve as a chef. Those qualities are why I recommended her to replace me as head chef. I never imagined for 1 second that she'd cause Fiamma and the other staff so much grief.
Kamu merasa bertanggung jawab ya?
Well, I mean to an extent, of course. I pushed hard for her to get the role. And the idea that she turned out like this because of me is difficult to come to terms with. I wonder if this is how Modeste felt back when he was writing the Codex.
Soal Modeste.
Yes, with his good friend and co-founder of the Hotel de Boer, Savelli. The story goes that after Modeste unveiled his Gâteau de Boer and was hailed as a culinary genius, he was admired and adored by all. But his newfound fame slowly drove him and Savelli apart. Unlike Modeste, whose every new creation was an instant hit, Savelli seemed to face setbacks at every turn. Doors that would swing wide open for Modeste would shut in Savelli's face. And with Modeste being whisked off to all manner of functions by his celebrity friends, he had less and less time to discuss the culinary arts with Savelli. People started gossiping about Savelli, and their relationship between the two gradually soured.
Terus akhirnya gimana?
Everything came to an abrupt end when Modeste, still in the prime of his life and still hailed as a genius, suddenly died from an acute illness. And that was it. They neither had a decisive split, nor got the chance to properly reconcile. Their story just came to an end. One rumor had it that Savelli actually killed Modeste out of jealousy, even as the latter was hoping to make amends.
What?
Unlikely. It's a popular theory, but there's no real basis for it. At least there are no records of Savelli ever being convicted of a crime. Still, beyond a point, there's no way of knowing what truly happened in the past. All we can do is try to make sure the present doesn't quite go as badly. And that's why I have to win this contest tomorrow.
Don't know you.
Then get the truth about everything that's been going on, even if it means cracking her open like a nut.
Tenang, ada aku.
Really? Well, I like the confidence. Don't let me down tomorrow then. You better bring your A game.
Belas 16. Meski waktu datang dan berlalu sampai kau tiada berada, semua takkan mampu mengubahku. Hanyalah kau yang ada di bagiku. Hanyalah mampu membuatku jatuh dan mencinta. Kau bukan hanya sekedar
Escoffier's coming back for a cooking contest.
Kau tak akan terganti. Kau tak akan.
Mesdames et messieurs,
Mesdames et
welcome
messieurs.
one and all to the Hôtel de Bord and
De
to
Bord.
this most exciting of cooking contests.
Savannah, I brought the original copy of the codex you asked for.
Monica? Huh.
In the interests of fairness, this contest will be conducted in a double-blind format. Once the dishes are complete, they will be sent to the back of the kitchen where they'll each receive a label. The labels will be placed out of sight underneath the plates, only to be revealed after the judges have sampled them and reached a final verdict. This is to ensure that no one will know which dish is made by which contestant.
As one of the judges, I promise to be fair and impartial.
When my meal got interrupted yesterday, I never thought this is how they'd make it up to me. Getting a seat on the judging panel is a pretty sweet deal.
Both contestants have taken their positions. Then, without further ado, let the Hôtel de Bord cooking contest commence!
Apa?
DM kan.
Guna Dharma Margonda.
Gimana gitu nggak apa-apa kan. Kalau langit kali doanya lah. Buat ada cari sekolah 88. Yang ranking 1 sampai 10 kagak dapat.
Tanapan sih itu, Pak. Bayoran kan?
Salaman orang tahun ini.
Hmm.
Kenapa? Sekarang isunya takutnya yang 1 sampai 10 tuh orang gak dekat-dekat sama guru.
Iya. Kayak Yardan, ketua OSIS ranking 1 di angkatan.
Pinter nih kelasnya. Mudah-mudahan nih Yardan juga berlaku begitu.
Monica, even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavor, right?
Alphonse, Gaspar, get to work! Do not disappoint me.
Lagi yang yang buat ngambil jalur ini yang sesuai yang ini yang jalur ini daripada ini yang tes itu. Dia nggak tahu tes kayak gimana. Yang 110 nggak ada dapet Mas Eko yang dapet yang tas ke bawah kan. Jadi kamu
Iya, ketua OSIS. Sate jantung jam 8 tuh kata Kak. Sate jantung bukanya jam 8. Iya.
di gang kecil itu.
Bukan, mah beda papa. Jantungnya pinggir jalan yang rame.
Yang sate ayam. Belakang itu. Yang belakang sate itu dulu sate kan?
Gak tahu tuh lewat mana.
Iya.
The balance of flavors is about right, but the quantity is too low. Stay calm, Scofier. There has to be a way to balance the flavors. Just think.
So,
Yo,
what do you think?
Bateau de bord, lapis ketiga. Oke.
You can't match Escoffier's talent.
I present to you Gateau de Boer.
Enak kayaknya, guys.
That went just as I expected.
Si Jukut malam lah.
Time's up! Contestants, please take your dishes to the back.
To the back. Hah? Biasa aja. Thousand Island dijadiin gitu.
That guy was right.
Mainnya Thousand Island.
Whose is whose just by looking at them.
Makan aja
Made
no.
the same dish after all. For all her flaws, Savannah's a talented chef who earned my recommendation for good reason. She wouldn't screw up something as elementary as the cake's appearance.
Whoa! This is really rather good.
Wonderfully soft and fluffy.
Bonus apaan?
Beautifully sweet.
Ojek.
This is a masterclass in how to
Kayak
make
lebaran.
Gateau de Boer.
I would give this one at least 9.9 out of 10. Only because
waktu itu
there's
kan
something
lebaran.
about the flavor of the
Lu nggak
roast
bisa loh, lu ke
just a little
Bandung.
different from the recipe I'm used to.
Huh? Really?
6 hari.
I couldn't tell.
7 hari doang, lu 12-13 nggak bisa.
All right, on to
Kan nggak bisa,
Gateau
kan harus ada
number
hari aktif. Lu lagi di Bandung mana bisa aktifin?
bite and already
Hah?
this aroma is a delight to the senses.
I have a feeling that this gateau will be a
Yes,
gateau
yeah.
for the ages.
How exciting! I'm gonna dig in.
Kocak.
I think maybe someone got a little carried away when they were adding the sugar.
Not just the sugar, it's the flavors too. This is all over the place. Who made this?
It appears the decision
It
is
appear-
unanimous. This gateau is far below the standard we would expect.
And Paimon thought this might actually be close. Turns out she can't bake to save her life.
Halo Ken, oke. Mungkin karena tidak kerja sama yang baik.
Something's not right here. Savannah may not be perfect, but no way is she this sloppy.
I can now declare that the creator of the first
Gateau de Boer.
gateau has won this cooking contest. Now, all that remains is to turn the plate over and reveal the chef's name underneath.
What? It's Savannah?
No! That's impossible!
Hey, Savannah! You cheated, didn't you? You cheater! What did you do? Oh, you swapped the plates, didn't you?
Well, someone's a sore loser. These cakes went from the oven to the judge's table without me ever laying a finger on them. And everyone here can attest to that. It was Vanishem's staff
Thank
who
you, Ken,
labeled
the
me
soups.
kitchen. If you're looking to accuse someone, why don't you start with them? Isn't it more likely
Wah, kalau
that a
itu yang gue gak nyoba. Kalau spiral emang harus yang beku-beku kan lo.
assistants let the team down?
Karena lagi ada karakternya itu.
Take that back.
Dia harus pakai yang es. Gue nyoba pakai pyro ya susah. Tapi berhasil sampai berapa tuh spiral gue tadi?
That's
11
enough.
apa ya?
What's done is done. As head
Nah,
chef,
gitu.
or
Apa
rather,
karakter S semua tuh yang
team lead,
muncul?
I take
Rayo.
responsibility for the dish I serve.
Dia gitu dah.
Whatever went wrong and however it
Kalau IT
happened,
gue gak pernah
I should
ngerasain
decide.
anjir.
Savannah,
Soalnya kan kalau
I didn't think you'd
IT
sink
tuh
this
karakter
low
lu
just to
harus
beat me
ke
at
build
Bake Off.
semua.
What
Nah
happened to
karakter
your
gue
chef's
yang
pride?
di build cuma itu doang.
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you want the Codex to bore that much, you can have it. Scofier, no!
Scofier?
But you must promise me that you'll apologize to Firma and compensate him for everything you put him through.
It's a little late to be negotiating terms. The contest is over and I won. That means you owe me the Codex, and I owe you nothing.
Look, Savannah, you may have fooled everyone else, but can you really fool yourself? What I'm offering is to accept defeat without looking to expose what you've done. But only on the condition that you promise to stop putting so much pressure on your staff.
Fine. I'll treat this as your final handover of duties from one head chef to the next. So, will that be all, ex-head chef? Or is there any other unfinished business you'd like to leave in my hands?
I didn't mean that to be a scolding from your former boss. Just a word of advice from a fellow chef and a friend.
Yang karakternya apa,
I don't
Ken?
know if you're even open to input.
Abis 11-3 tuh pakai karakter apa itu?
I know what I'm doing.
12
I
ya
don't
skip.
need your advice.
Alright, fine. I'm glad to hear it.
Kayaknya yang 12-nya harus itu banget.
Escoffier?
Scofier?
The Codex de Boer. Finally. Now, at long last, I will succeed.
Apa ini?
Scofier, how could you let her get away with this?
Yeah! The Codex is a souvenir of your time here! Doesn't that mean anything to you?
It's alright. It was just a bake-off, not the end of the world. I'm already over it. Besides, it's not all bad. She agreed to compensate Firma. That's mission accomplished for the Spina.
Spina.
Honestly, if I'd have known that giving her the Codex would solve everything, I'd have just done that in the first place. I mean, why bother with a whole cooking contest? It's such...
The best. Iya.
No. No!
Kayak waktu
That doesn't
juga
make
kan.
any sense! Huh? That's it? No secrets. No
Apa
nothing.
ini Savannah?
I don't believe it. This can't be happening.
Pingsan langsung.
Chef Savannah.
Savannah?
Savannah unan.
It's nothing life-threatening. Just a lot of pent-up stress and exhaustion.
Iya makanya kewalahan banget tuh kalau nggak Arya.
I knew it.
Pent-up stress?
Arle. Sama berarti Arle.
The truth is, however hard she might be on the rest of us, the person she puts the most pressure on is herself.
Yes, there are nights when she makes us redo things over and over into the wee hours. But for her, it's every night. She'll hide herself away in the kitchen, working on new techniques and recipes, and only realize how long she's been at it when we come to work the following morning.
Dukungannya plus pasti kayak kali ini.
Why would she do that?
Karena
The best
single
guess is,
Arle.
she doesn't want to be seen as less of a chef than Escoffier.
And there it is.
Even so, that's no excuse for taking her anger out on the rest of you.
Yeah, and it's definitely no excuse for cheating in the cooking contest.
About that, we honestly have no idea how she did it. We were focused on our own work the whole time, like she asked.
Leone and Algalia were the ones
Leone
tasked
didn't
with labeling the
Algalia.
cakes. I've already spoken to them both. They're at a loss to explain it too.
Coba
Not
dapat.
to worry. Come on, join me downstairs. I'll interrogate the guilty Yasuko myself.
Weh. Lantai 3 deh gue ya, sebelah ruangan 3. Enggak ada Abis. Oh, kita kesini aja lah. Ini harus pakai es kan? Genshin gitu sih. Soalnya lagi ini apa? Gajahnya dia. Ini gue Abis. Iya, aku tahu yang enak T1 emang. Nah, blessingnya kan tuh. Rayo. Enak kalau ada Rayo. Mana tahu? Enggak gacha. Ini kan. Sama ke stamina dia. Kalau itu stamina banget kan. Oke lah guys, karena udah 2 jam kita lanjut next stream ya. Thank you buat nonton, chat, like, dan lain-lain, terutama Hadiarto, Ken, sama Daud. Wah, ada Daud. Ada Daud sini, cepat berkawan tiap minggu. Thank you ya semuanya, see you next stream.